Ready, Charlie?
Welcome everybody to this Rams versus KZN matchup on the final day of our Gauteng Invitational Tournament of 2025. With KZN winning the sum of a young team here, lots of under-19 boys and schoolboys against the Rams team with a lot of schoolboys as well, but many experienced, even SA players in their lineup. Big foul comes off the left-hand side here. As a drive comes down the right, ball is swiped away by Calvin Cooperis though. Ball for Rams. Let's see what they're able to do here. Down the side. Calvin Cooperis in front, gets the ball into Dory, who was not looking there. Just a poorly timed pass, loses them their attack. This for our position 11-12 in the tournament on this morning. At least the rain has stopped. Weather's still a little bit gloomy, but nice to not be sitting out here all wet trying to commentate for you guys. KZN moving the ball around the outside. Sam Spooner caught on the wrong side of his defender. Foul called for Sam Spooner, and Wiggle throws the ball away. Sam Spooner able to put the ball in the back of the net. A lot of confusion there, even here from the commentary side, as foul was called for KZN. And Wiggle, our young under-17 goalie here, getting excluded. Unlucky there by them. Rams Rebels now on the restart. Moving the ball around the outside. Trying to get it into Andrew Ridley there, who comes up with a big shot but hits the crossbar. A little bit of that ex-SA macho showing off there. Put on a little bit of weight, but none of the skill has been lost by him there, Andrew Ridley. KZN working the ball, trying to get lots of drives that they try to get some forward water in. Foul called, but he is inside the 6 meter. Let's see what the players try to do here as they try roll multiple different hole sets in. Big wrestle coming on in the middle here. Let's see if they're able to get the ball in. They do. Bounce comes. Ordinary foul given as their shot clock runs down. 6 seconds left as they try to move the ball around. Definitely going to try to go for the big shot from the outside here. Shot comes off. Save by Wiggle. KZN is able to retrieve the ball. Foul once again in the middle of the goal. 15 seconds left. Is he going to have a pop himself? Sends it into center forward, who's trying to work. Able to get around. Pop off, but great save by Declan Wiggle there. Holding his team at this 1-0 mark. Says no more comes through here. Let's go score some ourselves. Big tussle going on in the middle here between Dory and a young under-19 boy here from KZN. Good strong work. Dory catching the boy on the back of the neck there. Just getting himself reversed. Foul given on the outside left. Rams trying to move the ball forward. Once again working the center forward water. Sam Spooner with a player across the front there. Able to get the ball in front. Scores the goal. Lots of drives coming out of KZN here. And they just keep finding that front water. That's 2 goals they've gotten from it now. Let's see what Rams can do to respond. Decide to go tight press here. Whole marker backs himself. As a big tussle goes down on the left-hand side there, and players called for trying to duck under and then wrestling too much. As lots of covers trying to come in from Rams Rebels here. They do get all their players down nicely enough, stopping the counter-attack from KZN. It looks like that's going to be the main goal of their game today. Counter-attack and then drive down to that front side water. As there's a big tussle going on in the hole there. Calvin Cooperis is excluded for having both hands wrapped around the player. KZN here on the 5-on-4. What are they going to be able to do with the ball here? Arm gets pulled from behind, but shot still comes off. Great shot, just cracking into the crossbar there. Rams now trying to go hard. Wiggle opts to slow the game down, playing it to an easy play on the right-hand side. Lots of holes getting thrown down here as a pass gets popped over the top. Silly ball there. Just losing it for themselves there are Rams. Just seem to be throwing their attacks away on reversals and stuff like that rather than actually, missing a shot or something. Player once again out and in the middle. Goal scored. Sam Spooner able to get away from Ethan Kempen there in the middle. 3-0 now to KZN. Rams once again on the restart, finding themselves here 3 times in the first chucker already. Not something they want to become accustomed to at all as they send the ball around their top there. Let's see what they're able to work with it as Calvin Cooper tries to work into the second hole there. Lots and lots of heavy movement going on. Calvin Cooper is able to get the ball in hand. Unable to get the shot off though. Does get the turn, gets foul given. Seems to be a little bit unhappy with it. He seems to think it was an exclusion. Ball goes out, might get popped right back into him as he's out on the outside there. Able to move around in front of goals. 5 meter given. Great work by Calvin Cooper there. Work the 5 meter, giving his team an opportunity to bring another goal back into this game. It seems like their resident lefty, Chris, is going to be their 5 meter taker here today. Up for the shot and dumps it in the bottom left corner there. Great shot as he smiles at the opposition bench. Already got a bit of a blue eye. Might be inviting another one there. KZN on the restart. Ball moving down to the left wing as they once again throw multiple players into the centre forward position there. Trying to work it around the outside. Ball on the top. Ball does get into centre forward, but the pass is just a little bit too far away. Great work by the number 4 from KZN. Always getting in front, always getting strong water. Just a little bit of a workhorse there, never stopping as Calvin Cooper carries the ball down the left-hand side there. Pops it over to the right. Great hand in the way to stop the easy shot off. Let's see what they're able to do from the outside here. Once again, another drop ball. Ball out on the outside. Calvin Cooper is looking for the foul here. Probably going to have a dip himself. 9 seconds left on the clock. Swings it over the head of the goalie. Great goal there by Calvin Cooper, making his mark on this game. KZN on the restart. Trying, working nicely there not to give the foul away, not to lose the ball as well. Send the ball down to the left wing. Foul there on the outside as once again the number 4 working himself into a great position there. But wonderful defensive work by the number 8, Carl there. Hold everything down. Rams with a counter-attack down the left-hand side there. Going to try put themselves in a 3-3 position here. Ball up and in the hand. Great save by the number 1 from KZN. Gives a 2 meter away to Rams there. Let's see what Rams are able to do. 20 seconds on the clock. Calvin Cooper is once again working the second hole position. Ball on the outside. Let's see what they're able to do with it. Calvin Cooper tries to swing the back shot but misses it. Regathers and scores. 2 goals and a 5 meter pulled from number 6, Calvin Cooper in this game as he calls for a sub. Exceptional work effort put in by him here this game. He's the one who's made it back 3-3 for his team. Great work. Last 30 seconds of our first chucker here. Foul called as Dylan Knob is pulling his opposition number down. has the foul, brings it up himself, 2-3 big balks and pumps it in the close corner. Not great blocking there from the Ram side. KZN probably very happy to go into the end of this first chukker 4-3 here. As ball goes down around the outside again, 6 seconds left. As players are working for a foul here, 3 seconds left. Definitely going to have a dip himself, see what he can make of it. And also another great goal in the close corner. With 9 seconds left on the clock, Rams equalizes 4-4 at the end of this first chukker. And we are back at the start of this second chukker on the last day of our GIT 2025. Rams Rebels versus KZN, 4-4 the score. Great game so far. Lots of good defense and lots of good goals getting scored here as Rams win the sum off. A little bit of a fumble there, almost lost it, but luckily second man on the way up to get it there. Rams being really technical, working their second hole and hole men a lot. That's where their goals are coming from. And a nice shot on the outside. KZN loving to throw as many players down to the 2-meter line on drives as possible. Try get front water and try work it in there. As ball is not passed in great to number 10 there on the left-hand side. Sadly for him, unable to get it off. KZN now on the attack. Let's see what they try to do here as once again they throw multiple players down to the 2-meter line. Good foul worked out here by the Rams defenders, giving their players time to get inside there. Ball does come into hole, but once again, Carl in front of it pulls the ball away. He's been superb this game so far. I think that's 3 steals for him already. Rams Rebels on the attack here. Trying to work their center forward. Doesn't seem to be coming right for them. Ball does pop into him, but hands are in the way. No foul given as he moves the ball away from himself, unluckily there. KZN on the attack. Throwing switches, multiple players down to the 2-meter line. Number 6 gets ball in hand, throws the lob, goes over the top of the goal. Dylan Wiggles seemed to be a little bit unfazed by that. As they go again. Ball moving around the top there. Switch called in by the Rebels here as ball ends up in the middle of the pool as it is swiped away by the KZN boys. Let's see what KZN can do here. Man in the middle of the goals. Extra man on the 4-5 meter. Takes the shot. Dylan Wiggle, big save. Ball retrieved by our Rams Rebels here. Rams just a little bit slow up and down the pool. Often leaving men open and not getting any counter-attack opportunities themselves as they throw the second hold down the left-hand side here. Big turn comes out. 5 meter given. Once again, Rams Rebels working that front water and getting another 5 meter for their team. Great work by them there. Number 10 from Rams opts to take the penalty. Comes up for the shot, bins it in the bottom left corner. Great penalty from Rams. From being down the whole game to being up 5-4, a little bit of maturity starting to show. Lots of players, multiple years out of school here. Lots of ex-SA players as well. Definitely helping them here. KZN working the ball around the outside. Once again, the number 4 working forward. Gets the shot off. Saved by Dylan Wiggle. KZN coach must be loving this play out of his number 4 right now. Always getting good water. Always working for the shot. Great to see. KZN once again rotating players in and out of the center forward position. Trying to find their mismatches where they can. Foul out by Dory. Ball once again into center forward. Exclusion given. Just a little bit of a hands up, hands down motion there. Pulled the player back before showing them. KZN now with a man up opportunity. Moving the ball nicely around the outside. Nice and dry there on the top. As a pass is almost intercepted by Calvin Cooperis. Number 4 once again in front of goal. Unable to score it though. Big foul given. Rams now must go on the counter attack. Calvin Cooperis on the ball once again. Waiting for a lot of his opposition players here to pull him in. Might want to go for the shot himself. Opts to move it around to the left. Hole is open. Center forward is there. Number 8 able to get hands on the ball, but turns into an opposition player. Definitely should have turned the other way. Just losing himself possession there. Rams once again with multiple players back. Let's see what they're able to do here. Calvin Cooper is not happy with the way fouls are being given here. Thinks they're a bit too soft. Wishing he could get a couple more steals as the ball is moving around the outside. Comes across the left center forward who tries to get a flick off. Unable to get under it, sadly. Rams calling for a couple of subs as we head into the last 2 minutes of our second chukker here. Rams moving the ball around nicely here. Ball comes all the way across to the top player here. Let's see what they can do with it now. Calvin Cooper is in the middle, asks for the ball on hand, is able to get the shot off. Great save by the goalie. Just fumbled it a little bit, I think. Rams now on the 2-minute restart. Drop is called down by the KZN boys here. Players moving into the 3-4 meter here on the shot. Ball comes into center forward. Just able to work it away is Sam Spooner. Good defense there by him as Calvin Cooper loses his legs a little bit. KZN steaming down the left-hand side here, trying to get players in front, but Rams with extra players here on the defense. Trying to get around him. Unable to get the turn though. Lots of work over the head of players here. Lots of hands down, swinging players underwater. Ball comes across to the number 9 who's got miles of open space. Goes for the shot, but Dylan Wiggle once again. Incredible save. Ball ends up in the middle. Headed out by the Rams number 13 as lots of chaos goes on here. And foul is called by Chris Rojan here for the KZN boys. Lots and lots of niggling going on in the pool here. Coach Rob Ambler seems to be unhappy with the way things are getting called. As Rams once again go on the attack. Early ball into Calvin Cooperis, who gets the back shot off with 2 players on him and scores the goal. Massive, massive mark on this game by Calvin Cooperis. That's his 3rd goal of the game already on his hat-trick. Only 2 chuckers in, and he pulled a 5-meter out for his team. KZN making lots of subs in the last 30 seconds here of this second chucker. Restart blown here by our referees as we get underway. A little bit of holding after the foul there. Jared Appelgren calls for maybe please after the hard foul. Sio Kozane excludes Carl, his first exclusion of the game. Been incredible on defense so far. Last 20 seconds of the game here. KZN going to look to maybe pull the game back a little bit, down 2 now. Started it off 3 goals up as well. Looking for fouls on the man up as number 9 puts his head down and takes a bing in the close corner, scores the goal. Red card given to player number 5 from the Rams Rebels. They're holding players underwater after the goal is scored. Silly, silly, silly work there. No need for that in our game. He does not seem to be happy with it. The game will stay 6-on-6 though. No brutality or anything called. No need for a man down. Shot comes off in the last 2 seconds. Wide left. Game is 6-5 as we end our first half here. Rams Rebels leading against KZN. Ready. And we are back, about to start the second half of this 11-12 playoff for our GIT 2025 tournament. Lots been going on in this game already. KZN was up 3-0. Great work by Rams to pull it back to 6-5. And then a red card given against Rams. Just too many hard fouls. Sia Gozana saying, I need to put a stop to this. Let me put a red card on the table. Slow everything down in this game. As KZN wins the swim. They're going to want to put something in the back of the net here. First attack of this chucker. Make it 6-6. Calvin Cooper is working hard to get the ball there. Ball undercalled. Good work by Calvin Cooper. He tries to work the ball out. Moves it himself. Up the left-hand side here. Let's see what he opts to do with it. Just decides to hold for now. Ball goes all the way across to the right. Let's see what they're able to do with it here. Trying to turn is the number 12. Just opts to go nowhere. Great defensive work by the number 8. But number 5 is excluded. 2 hands down on the whole man there. Number 5 losing the ball on the outside and now getting excluded. Not a good start to chucker number 3 for him. Ball moving around the outside nicely here on this man up. Left wing is popping out. Big shooter Calvin Cooper out here on the left. Let's see if they're able to get it over one more. Number 8 finds himself in open space. Great goal there by Rams Rebels. Well worked, man up. Pumping it in the close corner. Rob Amber not happy with his team, saying they did not work it around enough. Were not moving quick enough on that man up. Let's see what Rams Rebels are able to pull out here. I mean KZN, sorry. Down 2 now in the third chucker of this game. Number 4 once again working really hard, trying to get around the side there, unable to get front water. Does get the ball into Sam Spooner, who is called inside the 2 meter here by Chris Rojan. Must have been a close call. Didn't look like it to me too much. Foul on the outside. Ball pops into second center forward. He's trying to work around, gets the back shot off. Great save by the number 13 KZN here. Working down the middle is KZN. Multiple players being sent to the 2 meter line. Trying to get around the outside there is the number 10, fouled by Ethan Kempen. Getting caught on the outside there, right hand on the right wing, always a difficult place to be. Number 4 once again moving down the middle of the pool. He has been everywhere this game, just trying to get in front as Sam Spooner lines himself up for a shot, dumps it into the second center forward there. He is not looking though, sadly. I don't know, Sam Spooner maybe should have tried to have a pick of it himself there as he wins the ball off the long pass there from Wiggle. Not often you see him make many mistakes, but that pass was not his best. KZN opting to go for a little bit of a 3-on-3 attack here. Great work to cover across number 10, but the ball is out. 1-2 played here by the KZN boys. Great goal, number 8 KZN. Wonderfully worked as they're just able to get the ball in, out, and score, bringing the score to 7-6. Rams Rebels on the restart. Andrew Ridley back in the water, maybe looking to make his mark on this game. Multiple center forwards again from Rams. As Calvin Cooperis is caught holding his opposition player there, he knows what he's done. Throws up a cheeky little smile to the opposition coach, Rob Ambler there. He knows what he's done, trying to work the exclusion there. Ball comes in front, but Calvin Cooperis making up for his former mistake with a great intercept. Rams going to try maybe a little bit less funny stuff here, try and work themselves into a goal position here. Want to put their lead back up to 2. Leaving big shooters up on the outside here. Not their greatest work as ball comes into Dory, center forward here. Foul called as number 5 comes heavy down on his arm. Ball out to Calvin Cooperis once again. 8 seconds left on the clock as he gets it into the second center forward here, who works the exclusion. Great work there by number 10 to get his number 9 from KZN excluded. Rams now with a man-up opportunity. Let's see how they move the ball around. Last time they pulled it left and try to work a post-man open. Calvin Cooperis left in lots of open space. Dangerous shooter there. I wouldn't maybe leave him. KZN does close him down nicely, leaving shooters up on the outside. 2 big balks and a shot that is pulled just a little bit too much. KZN counter-attack down the middle of the pool. They're going to try feed the ball in there as exclusion comes off number 11 as well. Rams able to play the 1-2 here. Pump it in the close corner. Goal number 8. KZN bringing the score 7-7. Lots of ups and downs in this game. We've had KZN go up by 3 and Rams go up by 2, and both teams have now made the comebacks. Let's see if Rams is able to keep their heads here and pull this back into the way they want, or maybe that was the momentum shifter that KZN needed. Restart given to number 7 from the Rams Rebels here, making his first appearance in this game. Ball out left to Calvin Cooperis. He might try go for it himself. In the middle of the goals, big shot given. Great save by the goalie here for a 2-meter. Calvin Cooperis trying to work inside front water there. Ball doesn't come quickly enough for him. Working to get the ball into him at the center forward position there. Goes around the outside. Dory is open on the right hand side hole there. They're going to need to get it into him there. Good work by Dory to bring the ball around. Exclusion given. Well done, Andrew Ridley. Rams Rebels, another man up opportunity here. Ball moving nicely around the outside between the youngsters here. Shot off the crossbar and down. Number 7, as he gets in the pool, scores his goal. Great work by him. Rams now bringing youngster Ethan Kempen, hold up the centre forward position. Played well this game already, did work an exclusion off the ball. Nice work by him, as again it seems that KZN throwing lots and lots of drives down to the 2 meter line there. Lots and lots of drives down. Ball does end up in the hands of the number 7, who is able to pick it up and pop it over the head of Dylan Wiggle. Wonderful work there by KZN. These drives, they just continually rotate, drive and drive and drive and drive and drive again. And it seems to be working for them. Working the ball forward once again are the Rams Rebels here. Ball stolen on the outside by KZN. 3-on-2 counter-attack opportunity. Could this put them up 1 goal in the game? Steaming down the right-hand side here is one of our youngsters. Tries to work in front. Good body positioning and great save by Dylan Wiggle. Ball is retrieved by number 9. Lots of players on him and in front there. Maybe a little bit of a hard foul called there, but nothing given by the ref. Player open on 4 meters, 5 meters, has a big balk. Saved by Dylan Wiggle once again. Incredible defensive work from the young man there. He seems to be a little bit tired, breathing getting a little bit heavy, legs getting a little bit heavy. But wonderful work by him there. 2 big, big, big saves. Ball slung into centre forward there. As Ethan Kempen tries to get the turn, doesn't get around him enough for Sia Gozana to award him the 5 meter. But nice work by them there. 5 seconds left as players are trying to line up for the shot on the outside. Ball does come off, saved by the number 13 from KZN. Ten seconds left in this chukker here, as KZN tries to move the ball up the pool. 9 opts to go for it himself. Dylan Wiggle on the save. 2 seconds left, 1 second left. Long ball thrown, wide miss. Score is 8-8 going into the final chukker of this game. Back here for the final chukker of this 8-8 spectacular between KZN and Rams Rebels. Rams winning the swim-off. Would like to score a goal here, maybe go up early in this chukker, make their lives a lot easier. As a hard press comes on the outside by Sam Spooner. Team screaming for the ball to come out left. Goes to the right wing and gets pumped out there by one of the KZN defenders. Rams able to recover. Number 2 from Rams Rebels gets the ball over. Gets flicked, but 2 meter given as number 4 pops the ball away. Rams Rebels doing nicely there to work themselves a 2 meter after almost losing the ball to a little bit of miscommunication. 2 meter restart happens. Let's see what they do. They go for a drive down towards the left-hand side. Number 2 left in miles of open space, so the ball comes across to Travis Kempen. Shot off by number 2, misses the goal entirely. Not a great shot there, but well worked. As counter-attack down the middle for Sam Spooner. Dylan Wiggle is there first, though. Incredible work once again by Dylan Wiggle, giving his team now a 2-on-1 opportunity. Can he stay in front and work towards the goal there? Pumps it in the close corner is number 12. Rams up 9-8. 5 minutes left in our final chukker. Restart comes here off the Rams Rebels. Let's see what KZN are able to do with it. Working the ball around the outside. Rams have gone into a pseudo-tight press as they throw multiple players into the center. Shot comes off from number 6 but misses the goal. Dylan Wiggle with ball in hand. 2 balls end up in the pool, slowing down the Rams attack there. Calvin Cooper is foul on the outside there. Pops the ball over. Great goal. 2 for 2 from number 12 at the beginning of this 4th chukker here. Wonderful pass by Calvin Cooper's great goal by number 12. 10-8. Rams finding it difficult to get legs in the water here. Lots of players on the bench saying they're tired as the ball is out left. Miscommunication there by KZN almost leads them to lose it, but luckily they are able to retrieve it. Exclusion on number 13 here. A young Kempen boy just getting both his hands caught down there. Let's see what KZN is able to do with this ball here. Wonderful work around the outside there, moving it lots. Keeper having to move a lot. Shot comes right over the top from position 2. You should never be shooting from position 2. Not great work there by the KZN boys. Wonderful work on the man up, and then just a mistiming decision there of where the shot must come from. Multiple centre forwards rolled in here as Calvin Cooper wants to get around the side there. Pass just a little bit too far. KZN able to fend off the attack. Double man up down the left for KZN. Not enough space for them to feed the ball in though, as lots of players pressing heavy here down the right, trying to get the ball into the centre forward, but the drop is good. Let's see what they're able to do with it. Need to move the ball around left. Ball is able to come into centre forward. Little flick by the number 8 here as Wiggle is jumping out for it. Great goal. 10-9. Under the restart, 4 minutes left to play in this close game here. 10-9 to the Rams Rebels. Centre forwards being rolled in here. Ball is out on the left. Trying to create themselves a 2-on-2 opportunity. Let's see what they're able to do with it. Ball, once again, a bad pass into the centre forward. Loses them their attack once again. KZN once again throwing multiple players down to the 2 meter line. They're trying to get lots of front water. Personally, I wouldn't go wrestle against Andrew Ridley, and that's why he decides to pull out. New players get pulled in. Your ball was in hand, gets pulled out. Ball undercalled by Sia Gozana. Rob Ambler not happy with the call though. Rams opting to just slow down this attack here. Need to make a couple of changes as they come in and out. Ball down on the right hand side. Man up defense for KZN here. Let's see what Andrew Ridley is able to do with the ball. Pops the ball out to the left. Bad pass, just goes over the top. KZN able to retrieve. Seem like they want to go hard on the counter attack there, but Rams does have lots of players back here. Foul called outside 6, is able to move forward there. Need to have a shift across to Rams Rebels. Maybe they let Dylan Wiggle go for the save here. Off the crossbar. Unlucky work. Ball popped out there. Timeout called by Rams Rebels. 2 minutes left, up by 1 goal. Definitely try to use their full 30 here. Need to maybe pull a goal from this. You don't want to be trying to win this game by 1. Always the opportunity of going to penalties when we know how much of a coin flip that is. Rob Ambler just telling his team that they need to be high and tight on the neck here, need the ball back, and they need to be better on their counter-attack, scoring the goal. Coach Ronnie from the Rams Rebels telling his team please to sit wide, make the passes into hole count, and use the full 30 seconds. We are back from our timeout. 2 minutes, 22 seconds left. Rams Rebels on the attack. Let's see what they're going to do with it. Ball passed out to the side early. Foul called. Let's see if they're able to get it in there. Andrew Ridley reversed for bringing his arm over and slapping the water. KZN an opportunity for the counter here, but Rams does seem to get the players back. Let's see how they can work the center forward. High arm against one of our defenders here. Definitely going to go and look for the shot from the outside here, more than likely. Maybe swing it out to the left. Pass is a little far. Gets the shot off in the close corner. Absolutely dumps it. 10-10 is the score here, last 2 minutes of the game. The Rams Rebels on the restart. 10-10 this game is once again. Let's see what comes off it here. Ball into second center forward. A little bit of a high arm there as he is able to get around. Sneaks it under the goalie's arm. Far corner. Great goal, number 10, Rams Rebels. Once again, Rams Rebels just keep getting pulled into this game and unable to get themselves out of this 1-goal lead. Restart here from KZN. Rams trying to work the second center forward. Chris caught with both his hands down there. Timeout called by Rob Ambler. Maybe could have pulled a 5-meter there. Man up for KZN as we come back. Rob Ambler's going to try pull one of his little tricks out of the book here. Try put his team 11-11 again. Coach Ronnie having a bit of a word with his players here, saying you need to calm down. You need to slow it up a bit. Both your hands were down. Your entire body was out of the water trying to foul him there. Maybe costing his team their 1-goal lead here. KZN already set up. Must have a preset move planned as the timeout ends. Plan to come back here. Let's see what comes of it. KZN opting to go for the 3-3 strategy. A little bit more uncommon around Polo these days. Still seems like it could work here as they throw a player into the first post. He is found on the inside there. Multiple players on him. Foul given. 7 seconds left on their man up. Let's see what they can do with the ball here. Ball to the outside. Sam Spooner, big shooter on the outside. Swings it over the goalie's head. 11-11. Rams on the restart. Big foul down the right-hand side of the pool. They are rolling 2 center forwards again already. Ducking under, called against them. KZN goes for the hard counter-attack. Let's see what they can get done here. Sam Spooner is in front of his player. Just scored 1 goal. Might be on him to put another one away. 2 big balks into the crossbar. Sadly, Sam Spooner there. Rams Rebels able to get back. Need to hold defensively here. No goals need to be given here as ball comes into the left-hand side. Works it into the center forward. Great work by Dylan Wiggle to get in front and pull the foul out. Incredible goalkeeping by the young man. Rams Rebels hoping for another timeout. Ref Siogozana says you only have 1, sadly. Rolling center forward in here. Ball goes down to the right. Into Calvin Kupris. Gets fouled heavy there. Don't know if he was totally ready for it yet. Ball back out right. A little bit of a wayward pass. Ball must come in again. Able to get around. Calvin Kupris shooting for it but unable to get to it. Rams, KZN now able to attack with 15 seconds left. Calvin Kupris not covering for his team here. A little bit silly with 4 seconds left on the clock. Shot comes in from the outside. Great goal by KZN number 6 to end this game. 12-11. My word. Multiple comebacks in this game. Incredible shot, incredible goal. Finally beating Dylan Wiggle. Let's see what they're going to be able to do with 1 second left in the game. Throws the 360, gets blocked. KZN wins 12-11.